No, 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 wait, no how! I am not reviewing this book! My reasons? Oh, I got two really good reasons! Here are my reasons! Glenn back! Glenn back! Yeah, I am not stepping anywhere near Baron von Cuckoo's mind, let alone his Christmas story! No thanks! Now, get! Shoot! Why don't you watch Too Many Cooks again? That's not a dated reference yet, right? Oh, I see what you're thinking. Oh, that bookworm. He's just putting on a show. He's going to review it anyway. You think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? Does this look like I'm playing? Now get the hell out, cause I am threatening you with a pizza cutter! Excuse me. Hi, Mom. What? Oh, this? Oh, no, you... Yes, I know you really like the book. Yes, I know you've been asking me to read for like the last year. No, you did not raise your son to be that way. How'd you even know this is happening? Mother intuition. But it's Glenn! But... Mom! Mother! Don't you dare post that on Facebook! Fine. Fine. I'll review it. Being extorted by my own mother. I love you too. Shut up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. My name is David Popovich, aka the Bookworm, and welcome to Bookworm Reviews. Sit back and relax as we dive into The Christmas Sweater by Glenn Beck. Okay, the story in general is simple. It's about a 12-year-old kid named Eddie who lives in your standard middle American town with a standard middle American life. We weren't wealthy. We weren't poor. We just were. So, middle class. We had a nice house in a good neighborhood, a hot dish every night, and one summer, when I was 5 years old, we even went to Disneyland. The word you are looking for is middle class. But the last few years haven't been good to Eddie, because cancer is a bitch. A few years earlier, money had been the last thing on my mind. Now it was all I thought about. A few years earlier, I had a father. Now he was gone. A few years earlier, I loved going caroling with my mom every Christmas Eve. Now I couldn't think of anything worse. Christmas used to be his family's favorite holiday, but after losing his father, it's become a constant reminder of their living situation. But this year can change all that. Even though his mom is on a tight budget, there is only one present Eddie wants. A red Huffy bike with a black banana seat. Why? Honestly, that's a really good question. We are actually never given a clear contextual answer as to why Eddie getting this bike will change everything. The best we get is, not only do I deserve a bike, I've earned it. If you see my Goosebumps reviews, one of the most common things I critique about the series is having a lack of context in several entries. Things kind of happen just because. And the Christmas sweater suffers the same way. We are never given any grounding as to what the bike represents to Eddie, so the ideas that the story wants to bring up in it are muddled. Eddie wants a bike cause he's earned it for suffering so much the last few years. It will give him something that won't constantly remind him his family is poor. Because he prayed to God that he deserved it? I really don't know. It really doesn't help us to identify with Eddie. But hey, he lost his father. He's so poor he has to wear Wonder Bread bags as boots. It's like he was markedly designed to make people feel sad for him because wouldn't you feel sad if these things happened to you? Anyway, Christmas comes and Eddie is positive he got the bike. He's been making sure his mom knows about it. He gets to his last present, believing his mom is being clever by having a picture of the bike in the box to get him off his guard. My heart raced as I slowly lifted off the top and pushed aside the crinkled white tissue paper. It was a sweater.
Fool you!
His reaction is what you would expect. I didn't know who had let me down more. Mom for not buying me what I deserved. Dad for not watching over me like he was supposed to do, or God for ignoring my promise. His mom couldn't afford the bike cause life. Eddie is pissed cause he felt entitled to getting a bike cause reasons, and all he gets is an ugly Christmas sweater
He said it!
made by his mother's own hands, and Eddie makes sure his mom knows he is disappointed with her. I'm totally disappointed with you, Mom. God, I'm gonna rant about it on Facebook. He makes a complete jackass of himself when he's at his grandparents' house, ruining everyone's Christmas, but you know, this is all pretty standard stuff just so a little spoiled brat can learn the true meaning of Christmas. I looked up and saw the seat I had just been sitting in. A mix of twisted metal, and wires came at me from all angles, like angry bony fingers. A pair of strong, weathered hands reached in and pulled me through the partially open, upside-down back door. Mom? I tried to scream, but nothing came out of my mouth. I was on the pavement, about 20 yards from the now burning car.
Jesus.
After losing his mom, Eddie has to live with his grandparents, as we follow him going down a self-destructive path of hate and misery, trying to keep himself separate from all the phonies. Believe me, the Caulfield is strong in this one. Grandpa might have thought he could find answers at church, but I already had mine. God was dead. Oh my God, he turned into Kevin Sorbo! And that's the Christmas sweater. A story about... Okay, let's get one thing straight. Yes, I know this is inspired by Glenn Beck's own life, that the Christmas sweater is a real thing his mom made and that he lost her in about the same way as the book. And I do see, kind of, what the story is trying to be about. But that's the problem. You don't know what the message this story is supposed to be about. Just like the Red Huffy, we are never given any real meaning of what the story is trying to tell. Instead, it feels like it's trying to tell several messages, but instead of combining them and make a cohesive whole, it comes off disjointed, like every message is butting heads with one another. Almost like it was cobbled together by 3 different writers.
Takes a lot to make a stew.
A pinch of salt and laughter too.
Like in the beginning, Eddie talks about how his family would never accept help from anyone, like the government.
Now to me, nudge.
Thankfully, that is the only time the government is brought up. But when he's with his grandparents, they keep telling him that it's okay to ask for help, which contradicts with what Eddie's father said, and we are never to doubt what his father said. So what? Is Eddie supposed to tough it out or ask for help? And this keeps happening. A lot of it seems to focus on how material goods don't make you happy, but the people around you do. Life is what you make of it. There's always fun and laughs right under your nose, if you're willing to open your eyes to see it. It's not the gifts, it's the thought that counts. It's not about the sweater, but that his mother made the sweater out of love. And then in the second half, it becomes a whole redemption story about Eddie dealing with himself for killing his mother. Or to put it in simpler terms,
It's not your fault.
then it tries to tie everything back to God. And it's jarring, Cause it always seems to come out of nowhere. It's shoehorned in cause Christmas is attached to Christianity and redemption. The story opened up with Eddie's prayer. He name drops God now and again. You see what I mean? There isn't a central message, but like 3 separate ones fighting over each other. Seriously, what is this story about? Moving on, growing up, accepting God, the magic of Christmas. What are you about? And don't get me started on the subplots like Eddie's best friend who has everything but might not have a happy family life and have nothing come out of it. Or a mysterious man that only Eddie seems to see. Or how about the symbolism that's about as subtle as a hammer? I spun on my heels and flew into my room, slamming the door so hard that one of my grandma's pictures fell from the wall in the hallway. It was a picture of my mother. How did he know that? Then there is the ending. The ending ruins the entire book. Whatever story it was trying to tell, whatever messages it was trying to teach us, whatever character development was happening, the ending undermines all of it. Why? Cause heaven forbid we don't end on a sappy Hallmark TV movie ending. This is one of the most literal examples of a Deus Ex Machina. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I'm just not letting in whatever the story is trying to be in. But this is just dreadful. It's a confused, cluttered mess that states the broadest possible messages, but never takes the time to actually delve into them. In other words, it's what you expect from... If anything, it feels like it's trying to be what Another Christmas Story has been doing well for centuries. It would be best if you skip it. What about you, Internet? What's your opinion about the Christmas sweater? Hi, Mom. Yes. I know. That is your opinion, and I will respect it. I'll make it up to you. Next week, I'll do the other Christmas book you've been asking me to read. Okay? Okay. Love you too. Shut up, my mom is awesome. Till next time, have a nice day.